Chosen one, what I'm about to share may shock you, but your spirit already knows it to be true. If you're watching this video right now, it's not by coincidence. God has led you here. The time of hiding is over. The world that once doubted you now stands in awe. The very things they mocked, questioned, and denied have become undeniable proof. You are God. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, literally, eternally, undeniably. The shift is happening now. You are moving from wanting to having, from praying to receiving. The manifestations you've waited for are already on their way. The energy is aligning, the veil is lifting, and the truth is rising. This is more than a mindset change. This is the rise of God, your rise. And now, before we dive deeper into this life-changing message, take a moment to pause this video and do 3 things. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 20,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. This number will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this moment. And remember, if you are truly a chosen one, you'll watch this video until the end, because deep down, your soul recognizes this message as yours. If you're ready, let's begin. For years, the world looked at you with skepticism, suspicion, and sometimes outright disdain. They whispered behind closed doors, laughed at your dreams, and dismissed your vision as nothing more than fantasy. They couldn't see the fire burning inside you, the unwavering conviction that set you apart. But now, those very voices have fallen silent, replaced by awe and reverence. The same people who once turned their backs are now drawn like moths to a radiant flame they can no longer resist. This transformation isn't just about external validation. It's the recognition of something primal and undeniable. It's the moment when your true essence shines so brightly that it commands attention, even from the hardest of hearts. What once was invisible, overlooked, or misunderstood has become a beacon of hope and power. They don't just acknowledge you, they bow, they listen, and they worship the very presence you embody. Think about the great legends and heroes throughout history who faced the sting of doubt before they conquered the world. From Joan of Arc to Mandela, your journey mirrors theirs. The trials, the rejections, the silent struggles were never to break you, but to forge the unshakable force you have become. Now, as the tide turns, you stand tall, not just as a survivor, but as a sovereign presence worthy of devotion. The shift is seismic. It shakes the foundation of their beliefs, forcing them to confront a truth they once refused to accept. This is not just your rise. It is the awakening of something divine within you that cannot be ignored. The energy you exude is magnetic, pulling everyone into your orbit, rewriting the story of who you are. Embrace this moment with the full awareness that you have transcended their doubts. You are no longer asking for permission to exist or to shine. You are the embodiment of faith made real, the living proof that what they once feared or scorned was always destined to rule their hearts and minds. When skeptics demand evidence, show them the undeniable. Your life, your actions, and the ripple effects of your presence are the proof that words can no longer contain. You are the manifestation of power that cannot be questioned, a force so palpable it reshapes reality itself. Every step you take leaves a mark. Every breath you exhale shifts the energy of the world around you. Look at the moments that defied logic, the breakthroughs, the miracles, the synchronicities that others dismiss as coincidence, but you know are far more. These are the markers of divinity at work. Remember the stories of saints and prophets whose lives were filled with signs and wonders? Your journey is no different, except the time has come to claim your rightful place, not as a follower or a seeker, but as the originator of the divine truth. Science now shows us that consciousness can influence matter, that energy shapes outcomes, and that intention wields power beyond comprehension. You embody this truth every day, a walking testament to the fact that divinity isn't just a concept, it's a living, breathing reality. The world watches, awestruck, as your influence grows, unstoppable as a rising tide. No longer do you need to justify or explain your existence. The undeniable evidence lies in the transformation you bring forth, the lives you touch, and the shifts you inspire. You are the proof that divinity has taken human form, and that this form commands respect, reverence, and surrender. Accept this reality with courage. You are the living God, not in myth or metaphor, but in undeniable, unstoppable truth. Let that knowledge fuel your every move, lighting your path with the certainty of eternal power. The moment your truth breaks free, it causes a ripple so vast that it shakes not only the foundations of the earth beneath your feet, but reverberates through the very heavens themselves. This is no small event. It is a cosmic awakening. The stars realign, the winds carry new songs, and the air itself pulses with the energy of your ascent. Your rise is an earthquake in the spiritual and physical worlds. Every movement you make triggers waves of change, dismantling old paradigms and clearing space for a new order. Imagine a volcano, long dormant, finally erupting with unstoppable force, reshaping landscapes. That is the scale of your impact. You don't just rise, you reshape reality, transforming everything in your wake. The forces that once sought to keep you hidden now tremble in fear, unable to contain the power you unleash. As mountains crumble and skies clear, you reveal the truth that has been buried beneath layers of doubt and fear. Your ascension is the fulfillment of ancient prophecies whispered in shadowy corners and sacred texts alike. This is the moment history remembers, a turning point where the impossible becomes inevitable and the divine returns to walk the earth. Your rise is the signal for the old world to bow and for a new era of light, power, and truth to dawn. Feel the magnitude of this shift. You are not simply moving forward. You are shaking the very fabric of existence, carving a new destiny for all who witness your magnificent return. For too long, you wore a mask, concealing the truth of who you really were. The world wasn't ready to see the power that simmered beneath your surface, so you stayed silent, hidden, patient. But the time for shadows has passed. The veil has been lifted, and the chosen one now steps into the blinding light of recognition. There is no turning back to the days of secrecy or doubt. This revelation isn't accidental or sudden. It's the natural unfolding of a destiny written in stars long before your first breath. Like the dawn breaking after the longest night, your true self emerges, radiant, undeniable, and filled with the promise of transformation. No longer a secret whispered in hushed tones. You stand boldly, the epicenter of a new reality. Remember the stories of heroes who were once overlooked or underestimated, those whose gifts were hidden from the world until the moment came to rise. Their journey parallels yours in every way, proving that the greatest power, often comes clothed in humility and patience. Now, your moment has arrived, and the world can no longer deny the force you embody. This is the breakthrough, the point at which the chosen path intersects with destiny. You are no longer waiting for approval or acceptance. You are demanding it. Your emergence is a declaration that the divine cannot be concealed any longer. It is a call for all who have doubted to witness the truth with their own eyes. Step forward with pride and courage, knowing the time of hiding is truly over. You have been revealed for all to see, not just as a person, but as a phenomenon. The chosen one is here, and everything will never be the same again. It's a familiar story. First, the world laughs at you, mocks your dreams, dismisses your vision as impossible. But legends are not born from comfort. They are forged in fire, shaped by resilience and belief when no one else sees the truth. You have walked that path, emerging not only unbroken, but stronger, embodying the very prophecy that once seemed like a distant fantasy. Your transformation is the living answer to centuries-old prophecies, those sacred promises whispered by mystics and visionaries who saw beyond the veil of time. You are the fulfillment of their dreams, the embodiment of hope that countless souls prayed for. When they look at you now, they are looking at the living legacy of their faith and longing. Think about the great legends across cultures. Moses, Buddha, Christ, each once doubted, then immortalized. Their stories remind us that the journey from ridicule to reverence is one marked by immense struggle, sacrifice, and ultimately triumph. Your path is no different. You are walking in their footsteps, carving your name into the eternal scrolls of history. This shift from being laughed at to becoming legendary is not just about external recognition, but about the deep internal knowing that you are exactly who you are meant to be. The world's disbelief was only a precursor to the profound respect that now surrounds you like a cloak of honor. Allow this truth to settle deep within your soul. You are not an accident or anomaly. You are the prophecy brought to life, the living legend rewriting what is possible for everyone who dares to dream. There's a palpable change in the air, a vibration that wasn't there before, an electric charge that signals something monumental is happening. The energy around you has shifted, and with it, the entire world has turned its gaze to your rise. You are no longer a whisper in the crowd. You are the thunderous roar commanding attention, respect, and awe. This energy shift isn't random. It is the universe aligning itself with your truth, drawing all eyes toward the powerful force you represent. The momentum you carry cannot be stopped because it's fueled by something far greater than ambition or desire. It is fueled by destiny itself. This is the turning point, where everything you've worked for becomes visible to the world. Watch as people who once ignored you suddenly seek your presence, drawn to the light you emit. This magnetic pull is the energy of transformation, contagious, inspiring, and impossible to resist. It's as if the cosmos itself is declaring that the old order has passed, and the era of your reign is dawning. Feel this energy coursing through your veins. It is your power, your truth, your moment to shine. The world is watching, not with doubt, but with wonder, and you have every right to bask in the glow of this magnificent attention. This is not a story about transformation. It's a story of revelation. You haven't become God in this moment. You always have been. The divine spark within you was never extinguished, never hidden, only waiting for the perfect time to illuminate the world. What others see as a rise is merely the unveiling of a truth that has always existed. Consider the analogy of the diamond buried deep within the earth. It doesn't become valuable because it's newly formed. It was always precious, but hidden beneath layers of stone and dust. Similarly, your divine nature was present long before anyone else noticed, waiting for the right moment to shine through. History and spirituality teach us that divinity isn't something we acquire, it's something we remember. The soul remembers its origin and power even when the mind forgets. This moment is your awakening to that eternal truth, a powerful reminder that your essence has never been ordinary, but always extraordinary. Feel the liberation that comes with this realization. You are no longer reaching or striving to be something greater. You are simply peeling back the layers to reveal what has always been your core. This is your homecoming, your rebirth into the fullness of your divine identity. Own this truth boldly. You aren't becoming the light. You are the light itself, shining with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. There was a time when your voice was muted, drowned out by noise, opposition, and disbelief. They tried to silence your truth, to confine your spirit within boundaries that never belonged to you. But silence is a fragile cage, and your spirit was never meant to be caged. Now, the very people who tried to quiet you find themselves repeating your name, caught in the powerful resonance of your truth. This reversal is the sweetest form of justice. It's the universe's way of telling you that no attempt to diminish your light will ever succeed. Their whispers of doubt have transformed into echoes of admiration, reverberating across every corner of existence. What they once feared has become their anthem. Reflect on historical figures whose voices were suppressed, only to be magnified across generations. Thinkers, rebels, and visionaries whose names became synonymous with change. You stand among these giants now, your voice a clarion call that cannot be ignored or forgotten. This echoing of your name is more than recognition. It is a tribute to your resilience and the undeniable power of your presence. It is proof that truth cannot be buried and light cannot be dimmed. Celebrate this moment of triumph. Your silence was never your defeat. It was the quiet before a storm that now shakes the world, with your name thunderously proclaiming your victory. The moment of return is not a myth or distant fantasy. It is a present reality. The divine essence that ancient texts spoke of has come back to walk the earth, and it walks embodied in you. This isn't a borrowed mantle or a title given by others. It is a homecoming of the soul, a reawakening of the sacred within the flesh. Feel the weight and wonder of this truth. You are the incarnation of that timeless divinity, the fusion of the eternal and the temporal, the infinite and the finite. As the divine returns through you, it redefines what it means to be human and what it means to be sacred. This return signals the dawn of a new age, one where spirituality and power are not separate but entwined. Your presence bridges worlds, healing divisions and lighting a path for others to follow. You embody the hope and promise of transformation on a scale never before imagined. The divine in you carries the power to heal, to create, and to inspire. You are both the miracle and the messenger, the light that dispels darkness and the fire that ignites change. Embrace this profound role with reverence and courage. The divine has returned, and it pulses through your veins, calling the world to rise alongside you. Though you walk through the streets, sit at tables, and share laughter with those around you, your essence remains untouchable. Something far greater, far more luminous. You exist in two worlds simultaneously, the human realm and the divine plane. You are connected to the everyday, yet fundamentally set apart by the power you carry within. This dual existence can be isolating at times. Those who fail to see your truth may mistake your brilliance for arrogance, your vision for delusion. But this separation is not a curse. It is the sacred burden of greatness. You move with grace and humility, fully aware that you are both a participant in life and a guardian of something extraordinary. Many spiritual traditions speak of such beings, souls who bridge heaven and earth, carrying divine wisdom in mortal form. You are part of this lineage, walking the path with a unique balance of love, strength, and transcendence. This position grants you clarity and perspective others can only dream of. You see the threads connecting all things, the patterns shaping destiny, and the possibilities waiting to be unlocked. You are a living reminder that humanity can reach beyond itself. Hold fast to this truth. You may walk among them, but your soul soars in realms beyond the ordinary. Emerging from the shadows is no small feat. It requires courage to face fears, confront doubts, and break free from the chains of limitation. But now, the shadows recede, and in their place stands a sovereign being, the God within you, fully awakened and ready to claim their throne. Sovereignty means more than power. It means self-mastery, ownership of your truth, and the freedom to create your reality. You are no longer a victim of circumstance or a prisoner of past narratives. You are the ruler of your inner kingdom, the architect of your destiny. Look to history's greatest leaders and visionaries. They became sovereign not by external decree, but by embracing their inner divinity. Their reign began with the realization that true authority starts within. You carry that same truth, the seed of ultimate freedom. This rise from shadows is also a call to responsibility. Sovereignty demands that you lead with integrity, wisdom, and compassion. It invites you to be a beacon for others still lost in darkness, lighting the way forward. Celebrate this ascension. The God within you has risen, majestic, radiant, and unstoppable. At first, they may have tried to rationalize your power away, attributing it to luck, coincidence, or deception. But as your influence spreads, denial becomes impossible. The truth of who you are shines through every action, every word, every moment. You are the Almighty, made manifest, undeniable in your presence. Consider how nature itself mirrors this truth, the relentless tide, the unyielding mountain, the unstoppable storm. Your power is just as real, as tangible, and as transformative. You embody the force of creation and destruction, balance and chaos, light and shadow. People feel it instinctively, the magnetic pull of your energy, the certainty in your voice, the wisdom in your gaze. They may resist at first, but deep down, they know they are in the presence of something far greater than themselves. This recognition is both humbling and empowering. It calls you to stand tall, own your magnitude, and wield your power with grace. You are not a mere mortal playing at greatness. You are the Almighty, walking the earth, alive and awake. Let this undeniable truth settle in your soul. They can't deny it anymore. You are the living embodiment of divine might. The final act of your journey is not just acceptance, but surrender. Not just admiration, but reverence. The world, in all its vastness and complexity, bows before the truth you embody. This is the moment when every knee bends, every voice whispers in awe, and every heart recognizes the greatness that has always been inside you. This bowing is not an act of submission to ego, but an acknowledgement of universal truth. It is the world's way of honoring the sacred spark that you carry, the infinite light that has never dimmed. It is the collective awakening to the fact that the divine walks among us, clothed in human form. Reflect on how such moments have echoed throughout history, when a leader's presence shifts the entire course of nations, when a prophet's words inspire movements, when a hero's courage changes lives. Your story is woven into this tapestry of transformation. The world's bull is a testament to your perseverance, your authenticity, and your undeniable power. It signals that the era of doubt is over, replaced by an era of recognition and celebration. Stand in this moment with gratitude and humility. The world bows because it finally sees what you always were: magnificent, eternal, and divine. It radiates effortlessly, transcending words and concepts, touching souls with a force that requires no explanation or apology. True divinity never asks for permission. It simply is. It moves through the world like the wind, unseen but deeply felt, shaping destinies and opening hearts. Your presence carries that same weight and grace, a sacred energy that cannot be denied or diminished. Remember moments when someone's presence changed everything in a room, when silence turned to awe, when doubt turned to belief, when fear turned to courage. Your presence has that power. It is a force field that shields, empowers, and transforms. Let go of the need to prove yourself. The world may try to quantify or limit your essence, but your presence transcends all attempts. It is the ultimate testament to the truth that you are not just part of this world, you are its divine heartbeat. Own your presence with confidence. It is the living proof that divinity is here, now, and thriving. Welcome to your era, a time unlike any other, where the lines between myth and reality blur, and divinity is no longer a distant dream, but a present force. This is the age of your rise, your reign, and your rightful recognition as the embodiment of God on earth. Your journey has prepared you for this moment, carving out a space where your power can unfold without restraint. The throne is not just a symbol, but a reality you live every day through your actions, your choices, and your unwavering commitment to your truth. This era calls for boldness, vision, and leadership. It demands that you step fully into your role as creator, ruler, and guide. The world looks to you for inspiration, healing, and transformation, and you are ready to deliver. Celebrate the fullness of this moment. The past is the foundation, the present is your stage, and the future bows before the legacy you are building. Your era is here, luminous, powerful, and eternal. Step forward and claim it with all the strength and grace you possess. The rise of God is not coming. It has already arrived in you. Deep inside your soul, a dormant power has been stirring, quiet, patient, waiting for the perfect moment to ignite. This awakening is not a sudden spark, but a gradual unfolding of the force that has always existed within you. It's a rising tide, unstoppable and majestic, sweeping away doubt and fear with every surge. You feel it in your bones, the undeniable pull toward your highest destiny. The world around you begins to shimmer with possibility as the boundaries that once confined your spirit dissolve. This power awakens a fierce clarity, a knowing that you are meant for something extraordinary, something eternal. History teaches us that every great shift begins with an awakening. It's the quiet moment before the storm, the invisible shift in consciousness that alters everything. Your awakening is the key that unlocks doors thought forever sealed, opening pathways to greatness few have ever walked. This power doesn't seek to dominate, but to liberate, not just yourself, but all those who are ready to rise alongside you. It's a call to leadership, a summons to embody the divine authority you were born to wield. Embrace this awakening with gratitude and courage. It is your birthright and your legacy. The power within you is rising. Let it shine with unstoppable brilliance. Doubt has been a relentless jailer, whispering lies that kept you shackled to fear and hesitation. But today, those chains are breaking. Every link forged by uncertainty, every lock secured by disbelief, is shattered by the undeniable force of your resolve and faith in yourself. Think of doubt as a shadow cast by your own brilliance. The brighter you shine, the longer the shadow stretches, but shadows cannot survive the dawn. Your journey is the dawn breaking through, dispelling darkness and illuminating your true path. The stories of great visionaries often speak of this battle with doubt, the internal war between fear and faith. What sets you apart is the choice to fight, to rise, and to refuse the lies that tried to contain you. Your courage in this battle is a beacon for all who struggle with their own shadows. As these chains fall away, you reclaim not only your power, but your freedom. Freedom to dream bigger, to act boldly, to live authentically. Doubt no longer has a seat at your table. Celebrate your liberation. The chains of doubt have been broken, and you walk forward unbound, unstoppable, and fully alive. There is an invisible force drawing you forward, a magnetic pull toward the destiny that only you can fulfill. It's a force that transcends logic, surpasses obstacles, and defies all reason. This pull is relentless, an inner compass calibrated by your soul's deepest desires and divine purpose. Every step you take aligns you more closely with this magnetic energy. Doors open where walls once stood, allies appear when you feel alone, and opportunities flow like rivers converging toward the ocean of your destiny. Imagine this pull as a current in a vast sea. No matter how much you resist, it carries you toward your true course. This is the universe conspiring in your favor, a cosmic dance, choreographed long before you arrived. Trust in this pull, even when the path ahead is unclear. Your destiny is not a distant dream. It is a living force shaping your every moment and calling you home to greatness. Let yourself be drawn. Your destiny awaits, and it is nothing short of extraordinary. Faith is the invisible flame that burns within, even when storms rage and shadows loom. It is the fire that refuses to be extinguished by setbacks, criticism, or failure. Your faith is unshakable because it is rooted not in external circumstances, but in the deep knowing of who you truly are. This fire has kept you warm during cold seasons of doubt and loneliness. It has illuminated your darkest nights and guided you through the maze of uncertainty. With every trial, your faith has grown stronger, tempered by resilience and fortified by hope. Consider the countless stories of triumph born from unwavering faith, People who defied odds, broke barriers, and changed worlds simply because they believed in something greater than themselves. Your journey echoes theirs, fueled by that same sacred flame. Nurture this fire daily. Feed it with hope, gratitude, and conviction. It is your greatest ally in the quest to become the magnificent force you were born to be. Let the fire of your faith blaze boldly, lighting a path for others lost in darkness. There comes a moment in every life that alters the course of history. Not just personal history, but the history of all who bear witness. This moment is yours. It is the point where your rise intersects with the awakening of the world, creating a seismic shift in the collective consciousness. This is the turning point where what was once hidden is revealed, where dreams once whispered become the roar of reality. It is the catalyst that transforms fear into courage, doubt into certainty, and silence into a symphony of voices united in awe. The world senses this change, even if it cannot yet fully understand it. The air vibrates with anticipation, and the currents of time bend toward the new order you usher in. Like the first light of dawn that chases away the longest night, your moment breaks through the darkness. Step into this moment with full awareness. You are the changemaker, the herald of a new era. The world changed forever the day you chose to rise. With great power comes an even greater responsibility, a crown not made of gold, but forged in wisdom, compassion, and integrity. As the divine presence you are, you carry the weight of this crown with grace, understanding that your choices ripple far beyond yourself. This responsibility calls you to serve not only your own destiny, but the highest good of all. It challenges you to lead with humility, to act with kindness, and to embody the virtues that elevate humanity rather than divide it. Think of the leaders and visionaries who shaped history with this sacred awareness, the ones who saw power as stewardship rather than domination. Their legacy lives on because they wore their crown with honor and purpose. Your divine responsibility is your highest calling. It is the bridge between your inner light and the world that needs it desperately. Embrace it fully, knowing that your reign is defined not by what you take, but by what you give. Wear your crown boldly. It is the symbol of your sacred duty and infinite potential. You are not alone in this journey. Around you, sleeping giants wait, souls filled with untapped power and unspoken dreams. Your rise is the spark that awakens these giants, the catalyst that stirs their hearts to action. As your light grows brighter, it casts away the shadows that kept others hidden, inviting them to step forward and claim their own power. Your courage creates a ripple effect, inspiring a wave of transformation that lifts entire communities and generations. This awakening is a sacred responsibility and a profound gift. By embracing your truth, you become a beacon for others, showing them what is possible when the divine within is fully realized. Remember, the strength of the many is born from the awakening of the few. Your rise ignites a revolution of souls ready to rise, shine, and change the world. Be the spark that wakes the giants. Together, you will shape a future no one dared to imagine. Life flows most powerfully when every part of you is in harmony. Mind, body, spirit, and purpose aligned like a perfectly tuned symphony. This divine alignment creates a resonance that magnifies your power and clarity, turning your every action into a note of cosmic significance. When you are aligned, obstacles become stepping stones, challenges become lessons, and every experience contributes to the masterpiece of your life.